take the story further and see these characters, on another adventure. And so when the producers and the new directors and writers came to us and said, like, this is what our plan is, I thought, yeah, well, this is a winner. People really love it. I always use my own kids as a gauge.
How old are they now?
My boys are almost 7 and almost 9. And when the first one came out, it was just like, their reaction was so real and so organic, and because it has to be.
Yeah.
Or else they're in trouble.
No GMOs.
Yeah. I'm like, you want Christmas to come this year? You better like the movie. No, that's not true. And so they loved the movie so much. So it was such an easy. I was like, yeah, let's do this. And I was so excited, and I'm so excited for people to see this movie because I think the story is. It's just better. No disrespect to everybody involved in the first one, including myself. But the second one, it just feels like we took it to another level, which is really exciting. Really exciting.
Dice que nos están pagando más dinero y es por eso que hicimos un Parenthood. Mucho más dinero y las personas con que estamos trabajando no son bola de mensos. Así es que mucho más dinero. No, that's all I know. That sounded pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. That sounded pretty good.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that you think this one is better because you're in it.
I was in the first one too.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, I mean, just say you're better. We're all better.
We're all better.
I get better every day, right, Bobby?
That's the case. I'm only in this one, and I think it's great.
Yeah, it's Bobby brought us better.
So when did you two get the script as well? And were you like, yeah? I mean, and how many days were you in the booth? And okay, and also by the way, you guys also just introduced yourselves to each other. So because it's an animated film and it's your voice, you have not all met before?
This is probably the first time we've all been together in the same room.
It's the first time we've met, and the three of us have known each other for
very long time.
Yeah, from New York.
We dated in the 60s.
Yeah, in the 60s, that's right. And I don't think we have kids.
I'm not sure.
I have something to tell you.
Oh, no kidding, this is fun.
I'm your son.
Wow, thank you. Great meeting you, son.
Nice to meet you. What's your name? Bobby.
Oh, nice to meet you.
And I'm his son. Hi, Grandpa. Hey.
I'm a grandpa. I want to ask the kids. I want to ask all the kids. Could I be a grandpa? But no, thank you.
Thank you.
Can we
Extra
join that family?
candy.
Yes. We have great Hanukkahs and Christmases. Bobby came to SNL when I was still there, wasn't I?
No.
Was I gone?
No, you just left, I think. I started in 2008.
Oh, yeah, I left in 2007. See how I don't remember? That's how long I worked there. For a very, very long time.
But you've been back
But
since.
I came back. It's one of those places that after you work there, then you come
I
back
think
and
they
you
might need you guys now. There's a lot of fun political stuff going on, right?
Yes.
I would like to see
I like
that.
to say it's fun. It's fun to make fun, huh?
It is.
Right.
But I mean, you see, like, all of this kind of like, it is funny when you do make these animated films, you don't get a lot of opportunity to be in the booth and have this kind of, we're in a room, and because scenes, it's a very painstaking process, and the filmmakers, the patience that these guys have, that these guys have, making these things, every moment, every single fraction of a second that you're watching is a painstaking process.
Yeah.
So we come in, we say a bunch of goofy things, they record it on a microphone, not like this, and then we're like, all right, see you guys later. And and 6 months later, I see these guys, and I'm like, how's it going? And they're like, great. I'm like, yeah, the last 6 months have been great, right? And they're like, no, the last 6 months have been complete, yeah. And they're in there, and they're adjusting and drawing and doing animatics and animating, and it's just a.
Is that harder, by the way? Is that harder as an actor to go in the booth? Like, because you guys are great comedic actors, you bounce off each other's energy. You go in a booth, you're solo, and are you like, somebody feed me something? Because it might be difficult to have
I know I say
crowd
that.
out of you. Pardon?
I know I say that.
I feel like that, but someone is in the
I meant it like
reading
that.
the lines and you like get into it. Is it harder?
It's funny. It's a different muscle, but it's actually really fun. Like, you get to be a dog, you get to be a squirrel, you get to be things that it's not typecast. You're not a squirrel very often, right?
I'm not often a squirrel, no.
But you get to be things. It's even more than you get to do, and you actually are working with either the director or the writers or the producer, and it's great when you have somebody to work with in the room. But it's true. I have to agree with Will that what amazes me about this process is we get to do the fun stuff, and then we just go away.
Amazing.
And then when you come back, really what's magical to me is how these movies are edited, and they're put together so much that it seems like we were all talking to each other.
For sure.
And we
You have
never
crazy
talk.
chase scenes, and you know you're running on a dog, and all this crazy stuff going on, and it's really,
Running on a dog.
you know,
You guys are also so much fun to watch normally, because especially in Maya, you have so much like fun expressions. So do you feel like when you're in the booth that like is there a show
Maya's
that we
first
didn't
like 2
see?
seconds. Sorry, I just.
Is there a show we didn't see from the booth because you're like having the best
I'm
time?
having the best time. That's like what I really hope that's what people think, because I'm in there like this. Like,
They take really good care of us when we show up. The first thing they do is they offer us foods, drinks. Are you comfortable? How's the parking? Is everything good? How's your day? It's a lot different than going like, you know, to a regular set.
yeah.
You know, it's a lot more direct and
You don't have to put on
hands-on.
makeup.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I show up in sandals. It's pretty cool. No pedicure. When I came out of the first film, I actually had to do the second part where it wasn't like, they didn't record my face and then, you know, me act it out. I had to actually step in for another actor. So I had to make myself fit to that part.
Oh wow! I didn't
Yeah,
know
so
that.
I had to watch the lips the whole time. It's like, okay, all right, here we go. He's saying this. So I was like, hello. I had to really match it up. And coming after the fact, because they had a different voice for it.
I think what's funny is, you know, sometimes you get a look at the behind the scenes of us recording, and they'll come in with the crew and they shoot it. And the truth is, if they actually recorded all of the, if they showed, and they do have it, if they showed you all of the video stuff, you'd see a lot. They just put out the stuff that we think is okay for other people to consume.
Yeah.
But if you actually saw what we looked like most of the time we were recording, you know, first of all, like I don't know, like probably in a pair of shorts and flip flops, and it's not very, it doesn't look very good.
It's
You're
not.
kind of like the mic is like this, and you're like trying to get up, like you're running like, okay, here I go, you know, you look terrible and like contorted, and it's like, but you got to get there in order to get it out.
Right. Yeah. Now, you guys, we're in a room full of parents and kids, and 3 of the 4 of you are parents.
Wait, we need to shout out Bobby.
Sorry, I just want to say
Bobby, congrats.
I have 1 19 over the next week eating all the free food they gave us.
Okay, so you're all parents. You just had a baby, you have 4 kids. I don't really even understand that.
I'll explain it to you later.
2. And so but you guys always have chosen and do funny roles that maybe aren't the most appropriate for kids, but really funny for us. But is it fun for you to do movies, and do you choose to do movies like this so that you can do them for your children?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's really the beauty of getting to do projects that you can share with your family. My kids get excited. Although my youngest, who's 4, was sort of, we were watching the movie together, and then she kept looking at me, and she was kind of checking me out. And she looked at the dog, and then she looked at me. She's like, "That's you, Mama." That's me. That's your mama. Your mom's a dog. But it is. I mean, I still haven't shown my kids Bridesmaids, even though I'm sure I can by
That
now.
makes you a good parent.
It does?
Yes. You cannot show them
So
right.
many
What are you talking
9-year-olds
about?
come up to me and say they like you.
No way.
How old are
But
you?
there are a lot of better parents out there. Right? I mean, am I lying? Right?
So
No
many
way.
young kids tell me their favorite movie is Bridesmaids.
And what do you
How
say?
old? I say, how old are you?
Yeah.
And then you look at the parents.
And then I look at the parents and I say, shame on you. Get out of this deli. Get out of this deli right now.
I had a friend of mine, and she was like, "Oh yeah, well, you know, my 9-year-old and I, you know, we've been watching Game of Thrones." I said, "I'm sorry, what?" That is terrible. But you know, it's important to do stuff that your kids. For me, it is too. You know, I like to kind of think that I can kind of do one for me and one for them. You know, and when they're into it, when they're psyched and proud of stuff that you do, there's nothing.
It's the best.
It's the best.
Yeah.
There's nothing better. You know.
But then sometimes you get kids that are like, you know, because I did a couple kid movies and my son was not impressed. It wasn't until I did Narcos that he's like, wow, that's cool, Dad. I'm like, okay, really? Narcos? That's what did it?
Serious
Playing the
judge.
money wasn't good, the doggy wasn't cool? No.
Now, this audience hasn't seen the film yet, so they're going to walk over after, but what's a message you want them to take away from the film? Because there's some great messages and themes in this movie. Besides, have a great time and watch me come.
Yeah. Besides, there's always the sort of the message of
Don't mess with Mother Nature.
that. don't mess with Mother Nature, and
That's what you were gonna
inclusion, and you know.
Inclusion.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
good
really
one.
important, and that people, you know, feel that, you know, don't feel excluded. And I think that's an important message.
And I think you talk about that with your kids.
The most amazing
Yeah,
message.
because I mean, I feel like I was just talking yesterday too about there's so many, especially middle schoolers these days, that there's a lot of programs about inclusion because kids are sitting alone at lunch and maybe not picked for the sports team. Do you all talk to your kids about, hey, can you be that person that goes to say, hey, join us?
100%. Yeah, it's a big deal, you know, and I've been coaching Little League now for almost 5 years, and yeah, it is scary because, you know, I have to take care of other kids, and I'm like, oh man. No, it's really fun.
for 2.
Yeah.
Like when I was a little kid.
What kind of dad coach are you, by the way?
It's really fun. I think I'm okay. I don't think I'm the best necessarily. We have a lot of great coaches and a lot of great dads in our league. And
Are you like a pushy one, or?
No, we really try to make it now. We really do try to make it about having a good time. But if there's one thing that we won't stand for is any kind of sort of bullying of any sort. If you feel like anybody is being kept out or not being a part of, man, I got such a radar for that, and it just, nothing makes me more angry than kids ganging up on other kids, all that kind of stuff. That's just so easy to nip in the bud and recognize. I don't want to, like, you know, people are going to be people, and there's human nature and stuff. You don't want to be go overboard, but I think that there are things that you can do to make sure that kids feel safe at all times. That's important.
Now, on the inclusion theme, you know, social media is huge today. Obviously, we're all using the hashtag #TheNutJobMoms, and promoting the film at the Nut Job movie.
And it opens Friday the 11th.
Yes, but having said all of
Hashtag Friday the
that,
11th.
are your kids on?
Hashtag Friday.
Are your kids on social media? Do they see you on social media? Do you have any rules? Because we're all, you know, trying to catch up here and learn from each other. I'm curious if your kids are on social media.
Mine
are not.
Mine are not.
I'm a real grandma. Like some of my oldest daughter's friends have phones, and I say no.
How old is she?
She's 11, and some of her friends are 12, and they have telephones and mobile phones. Is that what they're
Are you
called?
judging? Are you judging?
No, I'm really scared.
Right.
I'm very scared of social media, and the word bullying is what I'm afraid of the most.
Look at
I
this
think
picture.
what's-
Bobby's like,
Terrified.
man,
Well,
he's
no,
kind of
no,
making-
A few weeks ago, she
But
was
look,
36
social-
million followers.
Social media is very important, especially for what we do and talking, you know, when we're all adults. But, you know, we have to understand that we live in a world now where kids can be held up to an example of other kids 24 hours a day. And I think that that's really scary. And I think that a lot of parents should remember that. You know, when I was a kid, if you called somebody and they were doing something else, you get a busy signal. Now, you get to look at what other kids are doing 24 hours a day, and a lot of kids feel like they're not included because they see other things happening. I think it's really, really important. I'm not preachy, but
But what
I will
will you
preach
tell,
that.
Maya, sorry, what do you tell your kids though? Because I always feel like there's a part if the kids are the only ones that don't have it. Right? So I feel like there's a part that's, okay, well, she's not a part of.
I'm such a dud. She thinks I'm such a dud. You know, she says, well, so-and-so has it. And I said, well, I'm not her mom. And you're my child. And I said, you know, and I said, the truth is, I trust you, but I don't trust other people out there. And I think it can be scary. But I said, we just have to be very careful what you look at and what you do. She has an iPod.
Okay. To listen to music?
Yeah, an iPod Touch. You could do tons of stuff on it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, totally.
That thing is a little,
Sure.
It's a little future.
You guys play games on the iPads and stuff? Yeah, do you watch, like, what do you watch? Like Dan TDM and GTV, stuff like that? Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Minecraft and Minecraft. Okay, we don't want to hog this incredible cast. So who's got a question for Will, Bobby, Gabriel, or Maya? Don't be shy. Stand up. Be proud. Say your name out loud. Really?
My name is Maya.
M-A-Y. I'm sorry. Okay, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, you guys do a lot of voiceovers. Do you ever try voices on your, try them out with your kids?
Do you ever try voices out on your kids?
I do try them out with my kids. I actually have a character that has where I put a raspberry on my thumb to try to get my kids to eat raspberries, and I put a little smiley face.
Do it.
Hey, how you doing? I'm raspberry guy.
Does it work?
They find it enjoyable, yes.
I feel like when you do that. First, you bubble.
My kids,
Are you learning? Are you taking notes?
Yes, I'm trying to. I'm getting very terrified as they speak as well.
He's never doing a Mamarazzi.
Yeah, get ready, Bobby.
He already bought his 3-week-old daughter a phone, and so he's scared. He thinks it's too soon.
Hashtag 3 weeks. I do a character who's like the dumbest. He's like the dumbest guy in the world. He sounds a lot like me.
Wow.
I do it for they love it, and they'll be like, "I'm gonna ask me any question," and they're like, "What's 2 plus 2?" And I go, "That's super easy. Apples."
But I kind of like that. I feel sorry for that guy. I kind of like
He's
him.
really dumb.
Does he have a name?
Does not have a name.
Uh-oh, that's sad.
Have your kids have, oh, sorry, yes, audience. Go.
You can call him Billy Bob Joe.
Billy Bob Joe.
Billy Bob
Oh,
Joe,
Billy Bob
that's
Joe.
a good
Thank you.
name.
Nice
Okay,
one.
yeah, stand up.
Good call.
This question is for Arnett. Which voice do you like to do better, Lego Batman voice or the voice in the Nut Job? Sure.
Oh, well, you better answer that, right?
Well, they're both different. You know, it's they're both really fun to do. I don't really think of it in terms of like I like this one better or whatever. They're both. I like him Lego Batman. He's super fun, and I love that world, and it's great to do that kind of guy. But I also like Surly because he's so goofy and kind of he's got so much energy, and he's just like a very sort of fun, light character, and he's got a lot of passion, Surly. So it's just different, you know. But I love them both. Thank you for asking.
Yes, go ahead.
How would you feel you relate to your characters? All the questions.
How do you feel you relate to your character, Bobby?
I'm the bad guy in the movie, so
Uh-oh.
yeah, I relate very. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's the first time I kind of got to play a bad guy. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. So in life, I try to not be anything like my character.
Okay, Maya.
I love getting to play Precious. She's so slobbery and loves it. She loves to lick everybody, which actually my dog does too. So I kind of look at my dog. What are you doing? Are you getting like sweat off my? What do you like so much about? I caught her licking a window this morning. Yeah, I don't get it, but she loves it. And I like that Precious looks tough, but she's real soft on the inside, which I can kind of relate to that.
And Gabriel?
Oh, my character, I'm nothing like my character. My character's just this, like, you know, freaking bullying the whole time. He's just, you know, in people's faces, and it's just like, all right, okay, here we go. Acting.
And Will, how are you like a squirrel?
Good, thank you.
Do
for
you
saying
like
that.
nuts?
Sure, I love nuts.
Sorry.
Full stop. And,
Who doesn't?
yeah. I think that there are a lot of things I identify with Surly, being a squirrel who's kind of, he's an ideas man, and he's always got some sort of far-flung ideas. I'm an ideas guy.
You are an ideas guy.
Yeah.
I would say that you are an ideas guy.
Yeah.
You got lots of ideas.
I saw another
Everyone's
hand.
saying that.
Yes.
So, movies are a really great way for families to be together. For each of you, how do you spend special time with your kids or family?
How do you spend special time with your families?
We're a huge movie family. We like to go to the movies. We like to watch movies at home. We have movie nights that we pretend are the movie theater. We make popcorn, and I got those little boxes, and we get candy because they like the candy. Let's be honest, you know.
You throw your garbage on the floor?
Yeah.
So movie night, family movie night. What do you do?
Yeah.
We do lots of things. We
Include everybody.
we watch movies as well, and we like to get outside a lot together.
Fish.
Man, no, but you know, sort of like go to the park or get in the pool or do, you know, that's like kind of a big sort of weekend activity. We also do. No, we do everything. We build things together. We build Lego together. It's a really great time in our family to be together. And I think that reading with your kids is so important. My dad still comes and reads with me every night. That may be overboard. That might be too much.
It's very loving. It's very loving.
Bobby, have you started anything?
Right now, a lot of quality time around the diaper changing area. We're working on it. We're working on it.
And your son is much older.
Oh, my son's 19 now,
Does he
yeah.
still want to hang out with you?
Yeah, he does.
He's like the cool dad.
I'm kind of a cool dad. Sort of, semi.
Go ahead, yeah.
What was your reaction when there was going to be a nut job too?
Oh, good question.
What was the reaction when we found out there was going to be a nut job too? I bought a new car. With air conditioning. Open road, don't mess around, people.
Anybody else have a question? Go ahead.
Gabriel, what do you like most about these movies? ¿Qué te gusta más al hacerse?
Oh, I understood in English. I love how you gave me both options. Oh, I know, but yeah, I do the same thing sometimes. Being in a film like this, I love the fact that everyone can go and enjoy it. Everyone can have fun. There's no question about, can I take the family to go see it? Is this something that's going to be, okay or not? Because sometimes it's questionable. Even like when I do stand-up, sometimes there's that question. It's like, what else is going to be on the show? But something like this, you know that everyone can go and have a good time and, and feel good after the fact.
Okay, you. Who's your favorite character besides yourself in the film?
That's a great question. I didn't even know there was anybody else in the movie. That's a true story.
I'm gonna let you know.
Here's everybody.
I do have a soft spot for Precious, I will say. Yeah.
I think Precious and Sterling have a soft spot for each other.
Yeah.
Because I love Sterling. I love that I get to the South Side.
Yeah, I think it's a really nice relationship that kind of started in the first one, and might have to do with the fact that Maya and I have been friends for a long time, and I love her a lot.
We're friends.
Yeah.